love to remember where I come from and where I started. And I think I'll do my vote of thanks at the end. But I want to honor the woman that birthed Ubungoma. It's in She wanted to be here today. But I hope she knows. Because despite our differences, we have parted ways. But I don't forget him with a piano. So as Africans, let's not forget him with a PH. Just because it's not packaged, it's not presented nicely. That's why it says we become modern. Let's not lose the essence of who we are. As we speak with microphones, as we do things, we find ways to still keep true to the essence. Right? So because there are things and challenges that we are only experiencing them of these times that never existed for our ancestors. So it means we need to innovate. So as we innovate, we need to also find ways of identifying things beyond just clothes. You know, you can tell if somebody has an acidic system, if they've got acid and it's called purging in English, not vomiting. So to purge, when somebody purges, you can actually tell what food they eat the most. Well, I can tell. If you're eating unhealthy, and I will ask you questions like, what time do you have supper? What do you have at supper? Do you see the reason the reason I said you're experiencing extreme fatigue is because you eat food too late. So it means when you are sleeping, your body cannot rest because it's digesting food. Through palaza. Right? I can tell through palaza if somebody is drinking too much alcohol. I can tell when I slaughter the chicken that's going to cleanse you, because when we're slaughtering, we are not killing. we are connecting and be one with the animal and asking that may you please facilitate life for this one. So when we say may you please facilitate life for this one, then it carries the elements of that person. We can see when you've got a liver or fertility problem by so to understand we cannot just look at things from here, everything, because when you it means it means that when you're an African, mostly sangomas, because if we can connect with spirit, means we connect to the spirit of the animals, we connect to the spirit of the trees. No matter speakers to the start as right? So it means that every time we pay attention and we become present, because everything speaks to us. So when it speaks to us and you recognize that something is wrong with that person's kidney, don't just prescribe him pills, ask them to go do a medical test. You've done your own test, but seek for some verification. There's nothing wrong with getting a second opinion, right? Because even when you come to us, I'll say, no, go find somewhere else. Go find, because you need to verify this information. For you as well, it's a guarantee that you're not projecting your issues onto somebody else by asking them to verify. You'll find you'll say to somebody, you've got a calling at I've been told 5 times, it's not just why are you still why are you because it shows that you're in denial. Because are you expecting me to tell you something different? It's the same thing when they say to you, you've got cancer, you do something about it. You don't go to 10 different experts to be diagnosed, because you realize that your time is running out. But you realize that my time might be running out. Things are falling apart while you're still trying to figure it out. But you have figured it out. You understand? And when I say harm, I'm not saying I'm saying do the necessary things so you can be connected to those who are gifting you to show you the way. Because if they are gifting you and you are not seeing or hearing them, then how sure are you that you are gifted? So don't go initiate if you have not experienced your people yet. And dreams is one of those things. Visions is one of those things. So if you haven't experienced things like that, how do you know? Or you're not experiencing it closely. You are mentally not well. I go to, yes. You need so we need to be able, as African healers, to innovate and to look beyond. So as the Institute, today I was speaking to one of the gogos, because trust me, as if it was and the reason I sing that song is because when I thought my gobela was making me suffer, my gobela was actually sculpturing me to be a masterpiece that I am today. Because she'd not done what she did for me, I would not be who I am today. So, what it means is that when we explain the essences, I explained about kneeling. When we explain why you bath with cold water, if you have slept and you come from a warm place, warm water will want you to relax. But cold water says, wake up, it is time to be alert, because it's cancelled for sale. You understand? So when you are deprived of sleep, I'm just speaking about the essences. When you're deprived of sleep, it's a way of saying, understand that you are more than just this body. You are more than just me. When you have a spiritual call, you have to be taken through awakening processes. So some of the things as they are. And of course, there are some people who exploit them and use them. But let me tell you something. Let me emphasize on this. When your ancestors send you to someone, to a teacher, they understand that whatever that teacher is, excluding to be raped and exploited, they understand that when the teacher takes you through the fire, it's because gold is being crafted in you. So we need to understand those things. So when we speak about African healing, it cannot start and end with one lecture. It has just begun with one lecture. So we'd like to take a few questions. I know we're out of time, but let's hear 2 questions. Yes, I thought I'm going to speak for 30 minutes and then take questions. Yes, a question at the back. Please, instead of stand up, yes. ngizokuthwasela amanzi mnandi. Unokuthwasa isimbuni. Oh, okay. Can I have another question? Yes? Thomas. Thank you. Difference between angel and lozi. There's another question here. Thomas.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm witness to that. Who's witness to that? I'm witness to that. When I chose him in 2010. When in 2010, when I was at the verge of losing my sanity, because I stayed in the hospital when I was in high school and I felt I was going to be taken back there and everything was falling apart. Right? And I thought, and I went to the woman I worked with. And in Menguya, because at the time I was already connected, I started my journey as a healer with doing card readings, and so already I was working in that space, you know. And I was supposed to go, after I drove from my house and met in the freeway going to Opostoras, because they were telling me to go to Opostoras. So I assumed what it meant Opostoras was where I was going to be initiated. But Opostoras represented what my time has come to be like Ugogo was Opostoras. Yeah, penny drops. That's why I'm saying and conclude. Because remember, dreams are metaphors and symbols. Yes, dreams are metaphors and symbols that need to be interpreted in a collective, not in singularities. So you cannot just have one experience and conclude. Because what is funny, on my way to Postoras, there was traffic for 9 o'clock. And I asked him because I was on the first day and I ended up at Esondolga Postol, where they called my parents. But connect the two dots. When Pupa Ugogo one was so so when we Pupa Ugogo, love and funnel in your corner, and funnel going to where Ungoma no profit. Because I could have either said, oh, I'm for the first dollars, I go to the quickie come, quickie goes. Impatience leads nowhere. Persistence leads somewhere.
Yes.
So they do. I'm a witness of that. And there are people who would say, but maybe their experience is fine. But for me, I have a problem, because if you don't dream at all and you're trust, because remember, these are your ancestors. All I'm doing, ngikufundisa ukuthendarisha nokunakekela lizelkhule libe umntwana okhona ukusukuma gide bekasagudile sekwahamba ngeenyawo abeyindoda emadodeni sekade intwaso manje sekathi baba ngiyabona bese uyagoduswa kusekhaya bese sibona ukuthi hayi because ugidile wathola ishoba but ukhona nokulapha ne phela manje manje sesithwasela ugide or usithwasela ukuba something, or I don't know. Right? But and I'm sure they are. But can we still rather put everybody in the same box? Because remember, to be a Gobela, you are also initiated. I never wanted to initiate. Every time when hey, I really don't want to I really need my life. Because some people have no life, their life revolves around Abandonaba. Well, not really, you know. But you stay with initiates in your house. Minaksana stove, spooky, everything take a seizure, get the 2 weeks, goes the pillar of fasting. You understand? And then it's quick because we quick to judge other people. Wait until you become a Gobel. Not just wait till you are Gobel. Ufa young into because there's a lot of people. Then you find I'm not saying, guys, please hear me. There is serious abuse that's happening at initiation school, especially around sexual assaults. But sometimes, let's hear the other side of the story before we conclude. As a Bangoma, we are taught not to assume, but to dig to the root. So can we do that with each other versus just put in black pen just because Venukoko didn't know Dina, who's in Zatono. Please deal with your insecurities. Yes.
Oh, I'm also witness to that. Now, in primary school, I was introduced to Kwabela by my ex-in-laws. After meeting her, my husband asked for divorce. I think Kwabela was still married because before I got married.
And I think you're putting a powerful point, you know, to us. We hang on so much to some things that don't serve us anymore. And we need to realize that it was the relationships that will serve us in that particular time. You know, and I know for some people it's going to be said, it's actually my 10th year anniversary in Obabonglans. But the interesting part is that we realize me and Obabonglans have served each other and we cannot be married anymore, but we're entering a spiritual marriage. So, sikuli simpande sobabili. But we're not husband and wife anymore. Some things have to shift for us to realize. I am because inyama ikhathazekile but umoya right. So before you give me my gift and thank me, I want to answer the question about the difference between ukuthwasa emanzini and ukuthwasiswa. So abanye abathwasisayo fanele bayoparulwa emanzini because banomzawo, right? And abanye uthi ngithwase emanzini kusho ukuthi elakho idlozi lizokuthwasisa ngicela ungayi eValdem uthi bangibize emanzini. Angithwasanga emanzini, so I cannot tell you what that process takes. I know ukuthi ukhokho wami umankala thokozani wathwasa emanzini, and what I'm told about the process ukuthi bekanyamalala akhishwe ngenkomo. So don't attempt things because abantu banokubeka ama categories of power ukuthi banu powerful, so ungathwasa this bese sifuna yonke into abanye sinayo bese we are drown lapha eValdem. Can I take one more question? But there was another question.
Yes. Angels and
yeah? Or ingelosi namadlozi. And remember, this definition is This definition is not a global definition, it's not cast in stone. My understanding of we are gifted spiritual guides by Creator, because as we are human beings, spirit beings having a human experience, once we hit the ground, we become too much human and we need spirit guides to remind us of our spiritualness. So then unabantu abayidlozi, meaning those are people who have lived and been in a body before, have parted and are now in spirit, but they've lived a human experience. And ingelosi is spirit guide that has never had a human experience, only existed in the spiritual realm.
yes. It is guessing.
But it tells you guys we need to have another one. Just a lecture on Q&A. Can I take one last question? So
But what I want to say is that, you know, I've been a Sangoma for like 3 years now, but I just want to encourage the other Sangomas because I find that there's a lot of pressure where people come from initiative and then when they come back, they want to see the long lines and all of that.
Yes.
A lot of trying to understand who you are and understand who is giving you this gift.
Togos. The nail on the coffin, because we have lost a sense of patience and understanding. Umuntu banugogo dina wakitangere kocho. Na uzofuna ukitangere kocho. Ikhahla khaliyazi report alifuni sister. So we need to understand, because especially to initiates or newly graduates, please listen carefully. Initiates, newly graduates, people who are about to go into initiation school. The minute you go to initiation school, because you are seeking material results, the reason oye pefwe, uyo pefwa, uyo la pega, uyo cholimpilo, and then everything else can fall into place. So people go a pefwe with expectations of being like they are Kobe. You understand? And to say to our Kobe, sometimes when initiates, because they become like our children and get attached. But sometimes they're toxic for you. It's okay. Some relationships need to die so that new ones can grow. So let's be clear of what we are called to do. I did touch on it a little bit earlier, which not all of us are called for the same things. So, Bati, if you stay in your lane, you shall slay in it.
Yes.
Gogo was inspired by the work that I do, be inspired by other people. Me personally, I've stopped following people who are trying to do what I do because I don't see them serving me. I follow people who I am aspiring to get to their level. So be that as leaders as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's been a truly enlightening evening. It's been inspirational. And yes, we need many more of these. This was merely an introduction. You know, medicine has moved from different models, from the biomedical to the biopsychosocial model. And recently I came across something that's called the biopsychosocial model and spiritual assessment. And I guess that really is where we ought to be working towards and actually make this something that's quite tangible. I'm looking forward to the next meeting, and I guess our audience will give us what will lead us. They will tell us which way to go, or maybe the ancestors will. But whether it's through the audience or through Ogogo, Abela, it doesn't matter. I need to give you this as a token of appreciation. Here we go. Thank you for your time and your messages, because there were quite a few of those. And thank you for reawakening and reassuring. And thank you everybody for spending the time and your patience.
happened. He pushed through. So can we have more men? Just people who this guy supported my work when I started at Power FM and nobody called. They only called to call us ungodly. But he pushed through. And look what is happening. This is a dream realized. And I want to thank everybody who took their time off. But in the I want to be bazen to be in an amateur and so I want Neo. He says that you want me to. So I want to thank everybody. And I want next time let's make it bigger. It's not for Coco to Neo, but if you want history to be changed, you need to be the change in which you are seeking. Yes. Thank you. What's going on?